If anyone's there yet. Oh, blast. Not many here, is there, but maybe they've gone inside. Well, it's not open, is it yet? I don't think.
So here we have the room of Palestine and the here to take part the criminal. Yeah, fire starter. I've wiped my ass with it, I'm going to use it to start a fire. I think he's leaving the bike to what's left in Palestine there. Bye. Yeah, anyway. Just put the video back. These flag over these sausages.
I don't want to be my phone.
Not many here. Is it open? Is he on his way?
Yeah, we just went
It's
corner.
bloody late, isn't it? Yeah. No, transmission round here is bad for some reason. I bet that blocks neighbours though. I thought, well, if anything happens, you'll know. I don't think anything will.
What's that? He said not pay any attention to him.
Do you know what the guy looks like? I've seen him with a mask on, but that's
Yeah.
I'm guessing he's young, wears glasses, but oh yeah, see him. Hi all. Right, apparently a guy has been, well, you've seen the video. If you go on News Now Yorkshire, it's one of the stewards went and whacked Michael's phone and damaged it. And so he's in court today. Not Michael, this guy. I don't know what he looks like. Only seen him with a mask on. And this is the massive protest. They encouraged everyone to come, but as you can see, they don't really bother turning up for their own. 3 people, I think. There might be more inside, to be honest. Not much of it.
I'll be checking it in there. Nice one.
So we're just waiting. It's not much of anything. I think it's just a plea. You're not guilty. Now, I don't know which way he'll plea. No, they've quit already. Ain't much support, is it? Are you hanging about to support him then? I thought you'd have stayed. Oh well. There we go, they don't really bother supporting their own. So that's his support going, because they've got bored already. You'd be embarrassed, wouldn't you? But they don't care. Bye-bye everyone. You've been there 5 minutes, done nothing. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, your support group. Well, there you go. That's as much support as he's got. How embarrassing. Look, we're going now, we've had enough. Now, if they really supported him, they'd have stood out and waited for him to come out, but they can't be bothered. I could have almost guaranteed that there'll be no one here, except 2 or 3. Look, there they go. Bye-bye. We can't be bothered. We're not really that bothered. We just like to wave a flag for 5 minutes. I mean, it's embarrassing, isn't it? Anyway, we'll wait. Can't believe they've gone already. But you see, it's good to document these things because it shows that they're not dedicated. You know, whatever your view is on Gaza or Israel or whatever, it shows most of them don't care. They like to just turn up, wave a flag and go. I mean, that's embarrassing, isn't it? Going so soon. Oh, can't believe it. So, here we go, look. This is the big... they advertised it, they asked all the members to come, but it's like Shipley, they couldn't be bothered. Hey ho, just shows you, no real support. It's just fakery. Well, I can't believe they've gone. That's embarrassing. They couldn't care less about him. But then again, I've seen that with the others. I don't know if you saw when she came out of prison, there was 2 of them, 3, that made the effort. The others couldn't be bothered. It's awful, isn't it? I mean, I just honestly can't believe that's that bad. Well, they couldn't be bothered. Anyway, we'll wait. I might as well leave it on. Oh dear. It doesn't really matter who you support. It's the fact that, even if you're on the pro-Palestinian side, look how long they stayed. They stayed 5 minutes and left. They're not dedicated. You don't understand, on their Instagram, they posted over and over, come today, turn up. I mean, what was insulting, and the only reason I came was because they said, the fascists will be there. Well, I don't know what they meant by that. I presume they mean me. It's up to them. So I turned up. I wouldn't have bothered. So they encouraged me by doing that. Anyway.
A lot of people have some
I mean, I'm not sort of pointing towards the courts because obviously people are coming and going, and I don't think it's fair. I'll just wait for them to come out. I've been to the others too. No, I've been to the other lot for when it becomes parking fines, because I always fight them and win. You know, they take you to court thinking that you're going to be panicking. When I don't mean government ones, you know, like police fines or council. I'm on about private ones. And every time the judge just looks at the paperwork and goes, you haven't done it correct, it's not valid, dismissed. That's why I never wait. I mean, most of the time they never take a court. But that's why I always tell people, just ignore the letters. I mean, that's not legal advice, that's, you know what I mean, I don't give legal advice like that, but that's what I do anyway. I just ignore the letters. I think what you don't get is most people who film these don't really care two ways or other. You know, there's I think people get the impression, I mean, I couldn't care less. I don't know anything what's going on. I mean, I always say I take everything with a pinch of salt. But because I criticise the protesters for behaving badly and mock them for not really caring, people think I'm taking sides. I'm just mocking how ridiculous they are. You know, like today, they've stayed 2 minutes. Well, it shows they don't care. So if you're one of the Leeds pro-Palestinian protesters, where are you? Not here. You couldn't be bothered. Couldn't be bothered. And that tells you everything. By the way, over there, I don't know if you can see, that's where it's a nice little area there. It's where the tends to be where the lawyers and solicitors are. It's quite a pretty part of Leeds. You don't always see it, but it's a lot different. It's a completely different feel to the rest of Leeds. It's a little park and stuff. I mean, I think there's other businesses there, but I think they're mainly solicitors and stuff. It's completely different to the rest of Leeds. As I say, I'm not pointing the camera because I don't think it's fair and people just get angry as they're coming out. I don't think you know what I mean, because people might be in there for all sorts of reasons. I'm only going to swing around once they come out. Again, just if I catch them in time. I mean, I don't know the legal things, but what I've been told is it's only a quick thing. You just queue up or something, get called in, and it's a case of are you guilty or not guilty. Now, the problem is that they tend to be told fight it regardless. There's this thing about if you notice a lot of the pro-Palestine, there is Just Stop Oil and stuff, they seem to keep fighting the cases rather than just going guilty and getting a slap in the wrist, because often if it's your first time offence, unless it's very serious, you're just going to get a caution. And often if you're due at solicitor's probably quite lazy, they'll just tell you to plead guilty, especially if there's evidence on you. But they all have this idea of fighting it. So I don't know. Even though there's films of the alleged incident, because well, obviously he's not guilty yet or innocent. I mean, he might be proved innocent. I mean, it's foolish. A lot of these stewards are weird. You see, the idea of a steward is supposed to maintain and look after everyone, theoretically the public, but you know, what's that? I think it's the this is a second incident with a steward. The other one was that lady who had to write a letter. I mean, to be honest, it's just the humiliation of being filmed doing it is worse than anything, but You know, they're throwing their lives away getting silly like this. There's no need to. I mean, it's like, see, this is my thing altogether, is all they have to do is just protest. But instead, you know, they throw it, you know, some up and down the country, you see them throw it, doing banks and all. I mean, they're just ridiculous. I mean, it's losing support. I mean, even if you're pro-Palestinian, you have to understand what they're doing is making people lose support. Oh, this Zionist thing is it's just a way of shutting people down, and it doesn't really work. It's like calling everyone fascist and that or anything. It's just a meaningless word. It doesn't mean anything. I mean, go around call people Zionists all day long. It doesn't really mean anything. No one's affected by it. It's literally, I mean, I don't even know what it means. I have people run up to me on the protest and say, "You're Zionist." I have no idea what they're talking about. Don't even care. You know, all I do is film it. And that's actually what most of the guys, YouTubers, do. They're just there filming. They're not there to really take sides. One or two might have views, but even the ones that have views, they're not that particularly strong views. And it doesn't help when they're getting assaulted and shouted at. I mean, when you see all these YouTubers having wallies jump in front of them, I've always said it, all you're doing is turning people against your cause. The public see it and they just think you're violent. No one supports you. I mean, you look at Leeds. You look at about a month ago or so, people could protest and they was usually ignored. Now people are shouting at them, giving them abuse. You can see how the public's turned against the protests, and it's their own fault. They've caused it. You know, they could have peacefully walked around. I personally, I wouldn't have blocked the traffic, but, you know, I mean, I always say protests are pointless. No, I mean, they're not, a lot of times now, and I mean, when they behave well, I stick up for them. You might have seen I stick up for the Manchester ones a lot, because most of the time they're pretty generally all right, they're quiet, you know, they just walk around, but they look out, you know, even the guys, there's a few of them I know, and even look out for me, and they'll come up and be friendly and chat. That's why I never give them grief. I never criticise them. There was only that one time the other week when they behaved ridiculously. Really bad, and they let themselves down. But the Leeds lot, you look how many times they're in court, it's almost all the time now. You know, they've had one guy assaulted a Jewish guy, he's been convicted, and they made him a steward, and he's always welcome. And this is why no one turns up, by the way. If you look about a year and a half ago, or whenever it started, these protests, there was thousands, maybe not thousands, but I wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't that, who would turn up and protest. Now, a lot of them, and I know damn well because they tell me, I've got all these protesters speak to me, and which annoys the hell out of the Leeds lot because they don't like it, that I have more contact with the ex and current protesters than they do, and they tell me they hate it. They don't like these people turning up, and they've stopped doing it. They don't want to be associated with hate groups. And then what else was there? There was him, and then there was the woman who was being convicted of a racist crime. That's another conviction. And convicted in court. And I think she's facing a few more cases, I'm not sure. Then there was 2 fights after one of the protests. It just carries on. And they just ignore it. And, you know, if you watch on one of my videos, we actually talked to one of the guys who runs it and said, "Why are you doing it?" He couldn't care less. Wasn't interested. Didn't give a rat's ass. He's not interested. And what else is there? Oh yeah, and what also makes me laugh is they'll tell you to boycott brands such as Coke and stuff, but then they'll moan and say there's quite a few students at Leeds Uni and other unis. If you look at all these student protests over the last year or so, they're all complaining. Oh hi, they're in there. They had 2 people, no, maybe 3.
Loads of them out here before.
Oh, were there?
About
They
10
quit.
of them.
Oh, whoopie did. Some might have gone in, but 2 just left.
Yeah, good.
Yeah,
Are you
whoopie do.
recording?
Yeah, it's live. I'm just taking the mick out of how not dedicated. Marty and Michael are inside.
Oh, are they? Okay.
Yeah, but Michael says it could be just 5 minutes because
Yeah,
it's a
it's
place.
committal here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so.
But it's what is it? You know, trying to stop you as the free press reporting.
Oh,
and
mate,
stuff.
that's the only reason I came.
Yeah.
If it weren't for them saying, "Oh, the fascists will be here," I wouldn't have bothered. That's what they said. So I thought,
They
well,
talk
fine.
about themselves.
Fascists.
Well, that's what I thought. I didn't know if that's who they meant, but
Fascists are on in the
it
building.
just shows you how dedicated. Unless some have gone inside, there was 2 here,
we saw the
sodded off.
flags.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bored, and I laughed at them. I says, "Oh, you're going already? You're not
No,
showing much
there
support."
were about 10, weren't there?
There's a protest.
Yeah.
Come out half far. There's a protest at BBC.
Oh yeah. We
Normally
saw
I
it.
wouldn't bother, but
Yeah.
last week they did a big thing last week. No, they brought a car and stuff, and Hayden had got assaulted. Yeah, and you know what we've done?
Yeah.
They filmed it and uploaded it themselves. So they filmed their own evidence. Yeah. And when because one of them says, "Oh," and she hits him, and then it just and it ain't gone because he's got a pram, so everyone's fuming. It's gone wild.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
how dumb can you?
assaulting an ethnic minority, as in Jewish person.
Well, no, I put it down.
Disabled.
Yeah.
Ethnic minority.
Gay, disabled, in a wheelchair with a small dog.
Anybody?
Oh, they never do.
Never have a go.
I mean, look how. I mean, we've been assaulted so many
know you
times.
have.
Yeah.
Boom,
Nothing
if there
happens.
was, yeah.
Yeah.
Now I know I can understand on the day because they don't want to have them going mental and riots like the Rotherham protests and others. They did it over. I mean, they're still doing it now. But you know what I mean? If anything
I think
happens,
that's just
yeah.
Let's get
But
back
I
to
don't.
it.
But they could do it like I mean. Well, you see, there was who assaulted the policeman. Well, she's gone after a woman. She's actually apparently one of the women she's gone after. It was only a small girl, and they all stood there allowing it. A tiny little girl to have her been assaulted. Well, the Met apparently wanting her. So I don't know. But it's like the trouble is, you get the impression one police force doesn't contact another. It's like the thing about the. But anyway. Michael might be sat outside because he said he can't go in, but I'm just waiting for him to come out. See you
You're
later.
not going in then?
No, well, I said I'll catch them when they come out. It's more fun mocking them, taking it for they're not dedicated. Because they could come out any minute, and it's like if you go in, you've got to show them all the camera gear. I can't be bothered. There we go. There's 2 of the. Oh look, police car. Oh dear. There might be some inside. Last time I think they had some inside, so I don't know. They said there was 10 now. I should have got here for 12:30 to be honest. I don't know what time I turned up. So I suspect some will be sat in the courtroom. Now what I've been told is Michael can't go in, or I might have got it wrong, I don't know, because they all know the legal stuff, I don't. But I don't think he's allowed to go in or something, so I don't know, but again, what's the point? I can't film inside. If I could film inside, I'd have gone in. But, because I'm even a good member, I want to record everything because sometimes people say, well, it's like my mate, this is what she does. She'll tell me I've agreed to stuff, and I know I haven't, but I can't, she convinces me because I've got such a bad memory that I end up not knowing. So she'll say, oh, you agreed to pick me up on, come all the way. I mean, sometimes she's a bit, anyway, she's a sneaky so-and-so and that. The amount of times she claims she's told me stuff. I know she hasn't, anyway. Yeah, look how few. I mean, again, there's less and less coming to these. And it's not as if, you see, what happened was, summer holidays kicked in on about the unis, and after that it all died. It's never recovered. By the way, like I was saying, all these students, you see, like the ones at Leeds and York, they'll stand there and demonstrate, and they'll say, we're anti the uni, we're against the uni because they are involved, I think they have connections with the arms industry or something, or Israel or something. And then you say to them, well, why don't you just quit? Because they insist on you quitting Coke and McDonald's and stuff. Oh no, they're not that dedicated. They're just not dedicated. So if you ever see a student demonstrating against the uni, just laugh at them and just say, well, have you quit? Oh no, they'll have a million excuses. Oh no. Because they'll only quit things that are easy. And that's what you realise. Well, regardless of your view on Palestine and Gaza, I don't mind, I respect people who protest, but I don't really respect those who just pretend and just do it because it's the latest thing, which, that's why I suspect them two walked off. It's just the latest thing to be seen at, and they look stupid. And they made fools of themselves. I mean, they're easy to mock because if they were dedicated, they'd have stayed. I've been on protests. As a protest, I've been to animal rights ones, and I've been to an environmental one. It was Drac Power Station years ago. That's going back a few years. And the difference between that and these is that they were dedicated. They wouldn't tell you to go away. I mean, I guarantee it, every single one of them protesters would love to tell you everything. It was shutting them up, the problem. Here, oh no, you've got to, they'll call your names and stuff. No, I've never experienced that before. That's why I know these aren't true left-wing people. They just claim to be. It's all fake. They're just, it's like some of them, it's like them thugs who turn up, who claim to be anti-fascist football players or something, I don't know. But they're just there because they want to have a fight. Violence. They're not left-wing, trying to intimidate people. I mean, whenever you see these protests and you see a single person trying to intimidate a YouTuber, automatically that makes them fascists, and they're not left-wing. They can claim to be left-wing, but they're not. They're frauds. It's just fake. No, I don't think they even care about what they're protesting about. It's just what the latest thing is. I mean, if you look, what's interesting is, on Saturday, the trans protest had a lot more, and that seems to be the ones that used to go on the pro-Palestinian ones have started to do that instead. You don't see them on the pro-Palestinian. It's just the latest thing. And I have a friend or two who are trans, and I don't think they're helping them because they don't share the same views. I mean, that's my criticism of the trans protesters, that they pretend to represent everyone who's trans, and they don't. And they actually wind, a lot of people who are trans are vulnerable, and when they're getting told that their lives are going to be stuffed with all this, and I don't think it's going to be the case, they're living in fear. And I don't think it's very nice of these trans protesters who, most of them, when they're trans, it's just the umbrella term. They're not transgender, they just call themselves trans because they've decided they're non-binary, because they don't have an emotion that no one has. They go, I don't feel male or female. Well, no one feels male or female. It's not a recognised emotion. I mean, you can look that up in the psychiatric books. There's not a single book that tells you feeling male or female is a registered feeling. So they call themselves non-binary for having a feeling that no one actually has, but there you go. And to be honest, the other thing that annoys me about the trans one is they should be talking. All this shouting at and is just not helpful. It's they're not getting anywhere. They should. They might have valid points, but they should sit down and discuss them, not scream at people and call people all sorts of names. And again, I think a lot of them, when I looked at the trans protests in Leeds, I suspect very, very few are transgender. And in fact, if you look at the London one, how many I suspect are transgender? Probably next to nothing. It's just people who like to call themselves trans because they come under the umbrella term. But yeah, well, we haven't seen her, have we? But I don't think she's dedicated. But I'm not sure. I've seen her Instagram posts, and I can't tell, to be fair. She's emotional and stuff, but it's just her behaviour. She lets herself down. I think part of it is that they hate. Don't forget, by the way, they don't actually represent people of Gaza, stroke Palestine, because if you look in the news about 2, maybe 3 weeks ago, there's been a big uprising in Gaza and they're turning against Hamas. And I think people in the thousands have been doing that. You don't hear that in the protests, which is one of the things I've been having a go at them over. I said, you're not actually covering, when you call yourself pro-Palestine, are you really, or is it just your hatred, or are you just repeating Hamas propaganda, which is what I think they do often. I think after this war, people might have a shock. And I think a lot of people in Gaza, so Palestine, whatever you want to call it, may actually be more supportive of Israel than people realise, because they want rid of Hamas. I don't know. It's just my gut reaction. Oh look, there's a fancy police car there. Ambulance. Well, they let themselves down. Their behaviour. There's no need for them assaulting you, is there? You know. You see, if I was, and this is what I don't understand, from day one, if I was organising a pro-Palestine protest, you know what I'd do? I'd tell everyone, if they see a camera, go up and welcome people. If somebody's filming, it doesn't matter where they're from. They could be from a right-wing media. It doesn't matter. You go up, you have a nice chat, you put forward your views. If you're not fully aware, then it challenges people's views. When I was on animal rights protests, I would be happy to chat to anyone. I mean, here's another thing. I'm vegetarian. Marty isn't. Michael isn't. Most of the people I know are, but we still get on. You know, you don't have to have another ambulance. You don't have to share the same views. I wonder where they're going. Oh, down there. Down there's the right. They've got roadworks up. It's a right pain. Which way's they going? My mate used to live down there. Used to be awful getting that side of town. It's always roadworks. If you go, there's like a big, I think they call it, what do they call it? Something gyrator. There's always roadworks there. I don't know what they call it. It's famous. It's like a big roundabout. I don't know if it's going to rain. I haven't brought a coat, which is a bit silly. I thought it'd be too warm in my jacket, but... Oh, we've only been half an hour. It feels hours. I was thinking I've been here for an hour. Oh dear. See, I don't know how quick if they'll come out. Actually, they might come out first. Readiness if they're going to. But I think there's side doors and stuff. It's a bit of a hoo-ha. But again, I don't want to point the camera at the car because people are coming out and you don't know what they're in for. It's not fair. Like I said, I've been in, and then I'll flick it over. See, hang on, I don't know if I'll just flick it around when I was there. That's the magistrates one. I've been in there loads of times over fines. Always one. If you ever go to court, take as little as you can with you because you've got to take everything out of your pockets. And never take a penknife or anything. They go mental. You might not get it back. Yeah, I'm at the Crown Court. There's two together. Hang on. Let me just run round. There's no one there. That's the other. That's your main one. And then that's your magistrates or something. I mean, I don't know the difference. I'm not technical. But I think I never know how it works. I think sometimes you start off in one, plead not guilty or something, move to another, and it's just the process. And then these days it takes years. I mean, I think that's what a lot of these protests are also basing everything on. That if you do take your court, it's almost a year. I mean, it's like, if you Google it, there's a few of them. About a year ago, I've been arrested and charged for damaging Barclays Bank in Leeds, and that's been postponed for another year because I think it's when there's so many of them, it takes forever. So it does take a long time, and I think that's what they're basing everything on. Everything's held up. I mean, that's the thing. If you commit a crime now, you're almost not going to face court, I don't think, in most places for ages. Well, you'd think it'd be almost instant. which I think is sort of encouraging some crime, if anything. I don't think it's particularly helpful, but then again, you see a lot of them that get let off. You look at the Just Stop Oil. You know, I've seen quite a few of them seem to be let off with ease, but then some of them get into serious bother. I mean, I don't know. I mean, the thing about Just Stop Oil, and this is the daft thing about them, is that someone like me should support them because I'm in the environment. Just don't. I think what they do is dreadful. And I know a lot of people who are pro-environment who don't support them, so I don't know what they think their aim is. If they can't get me on board, I don't think they're going to get anyone else. You see, a lot of this as well is there's an encouragement. I mean, this is why he might plead not guilty, because they're almost encouraged by their own side to go not guilty, to go to court, to play the system. And knowing that it'll take forever, but you know, personally, if they said to me, do you want to take a caution? I go caution. Although a few years ago, and I think it's changed, because I took a caution ages ago when I was on the protest. Back then it was different, because if you was like a student nurse or a student teacher, it would cause you problems. They wouldn't employ you. Now I think because so many people have got cautions, they've changed the rules, so I'm not 100% sure of it, but I did hear a while ago they were a bit more lenient, so if you did have a caution, you'd still become a student nurse or a teacher or something. But I mean, for a lot of people, a caution doesn't mean much really. It's only that's where it becomes a problem. But then you hear people who get convicted over and over and over and over. Oh, there's a lady coming out there. She doesn't look well. Jeans are ripped. I don't mean in a fashion way, but she's got a big hand. Some people need help rather than anything. That's the thing. I mean, this is what annoys me about Labour. You'd think they'd be the nice, kind, looking after people, but you know, you can walk around Leeds, Manchester mainly, and you see people whacked out and spiced. No one's helping them. It's not exactly kindness, is it? I mean, she looks worse for wear. I'm presuming she's been convicted for something. I won't swing the camera around, it's not fair, but I mean, she's about 50, if not 60, with beer in her hand, jeans ripped, with a mate. I mean, she looks like she's wasted. Although her mate doesn't look so bad. Maybe it's a relative. Yeah, I'm from Holland. I bet that's nice. Flat. Oh. I've been to Holland. Been to a few countries. Not for years. Oh, it's getting a bit chilly now. Oh dear. I go for a wonder, but chances are they'll come out as soon as I do. I mean, they could be in there 5 minutes. As I say, I don't know how many of his followers have gone in there, because they usually have a few, but less and less. I mean, like the last one, I think originally when they started all these court cases, they all seemed to have a huge amount of supporters, but in fact, even the Birmingham, when the bank ones got first time into court, I think it was a Saturday, there was a huge amount outside. Nah, they just can't be bothered. You notice there's the enthusiasm's going all the time. They're bored, they want to move on to something new. And you can tell, this is my whole point, is that I noticed a lot of these protesters are just turning up because it's the thing to do. It's the latest thing. If you want to look left wing and pretend to be nice, and you want to see yourself on social media. It was like at Shipley. They were just there to take photos, and as soon as they took the photos, they left. They weren't interested in the speeches. It was taken on. See what the sky's like. It's quite nice. A bit cloudy. Oh no, I'm plenty. Look, hang on. Miles away. And it's quite a slow road. I mean, it's almost impossible to get run over. I'm just trying to keep out the way of everyone. I don't want to be too close because it's not fair on the people there, but I don't want to be far enough away if they just suddenly come out, because they all could come out very quickly. Oh, it's coming out warm now. I wasn't going to bother coming today, but they were posting, the fascists are going to turn up, and I thought, that's a direct, they just haven't tried to intimidate me from turning up, so I thought, soddy, I'll turn up. I wouldn't have bothered. I've better things to do. Well, I haven't, but I was going to take the dogs out to the park or something, but I thought, sod you. Start posting rubbish like that, then you're just encouraging me to turn up just to see if they turn up. I now made them look silly because there's no one here protesting unless they're inside. I think them bikes are illegal. So they've got an accelerator on. Can you see he's not pedalling? Not that they're bothered. As long as you don't go fast, I think the police are okay. Don't bother. The trouble is, some of them have hyped up the motors. I don't think his motor's too high. I don't know how long the batteries go for. They do well, them delivery guys, because they seem to go miles on them. And the bikes seem quite tough. But they're basically... Oh, another one. There's a lot of ambulances. Behind me is the hospital, by the way. It's the LGI, which is also connected to the uni. If you go into Leeds uni, you can sort of walk to one to the other. So it's like a teaching hospital. I think St James's might be as well. If you ever go to LGI, don't park, it's a nightmare. Get somebody to drop you off. There used to be a guy, in fact, I think there's a picture of him. It's a shame years ago. I mean, this is one of the things I wish I'd recorded stuff years ago. There's that old bloke with a massive beard used to sit outside. It's no longer there. There used to be the HMV in Leeds, and he'd always collect money for the NHS. Now, to me, I mean, I'm not pro NHS, but I always thought I had a lot of respect for him doing that. He was a nice bloke. I'm glad they put a picture up inside. If one day I might go in and take a sneaky picture, because I bet they whinge. But it's a shame people don't know about him. So he was a nice bloke. He was there every single day by the looks of it. Just this elderly guy with a huge beard. I think he was playing music, if you remember. I won't mind giving him a little bit of fame, actually. Oh, yeah, but if you're from Leeds, you will do. It's going back quite a few years, but I remember going into that hospital and I thought, I'm glad they have put a picture up. At least. Oh, it's getting a bit warmer now, at least, that's something. Yeah, my mate, I've got a neighbour, I won't say their name. They're quite educated, but they're really into all the conspiracy things. And I mean, they're not dumb. I mean, he's educated. I think he's an engineer. But oh God, if you, I don't get. He goes on about the clap. Oh, soddy little sod. Look, oh yeah, shave that off. They're inside.
What the fuck are you doing filming the road? I'm watching your
Where
feed.
from?
Everybody's fucking inside.
I know, but I can't film inside.
No, you can't film inside.
I know, so what's the
everybody's
point? And it's nice
What's
out.
the point of filming the road in the middle of
Well,
nowhere?
originally they were protesting, but they were all left.
Yeah, they're all inside.
I know, wait for them to come out. They're only going to be, they could come out any second.
Court case has been delayed till 2:30, so...
Well, what time is it now?
2, so you've got at least 45.
Oh, I'll just sit here then for now. There's no more point me going
Come out
in.
because I've been watching your live stream, you just
Well,
filming
we've
the
been
road.
inside.
Well, it's inside, Mark.
Are you allowed to watch and stuff?
Yeah,
I
you
didn't
can watch,
think-
you can watch, you can't film.
No, I didn't think you'd be. No, I'm just stood there. Well,
I
yeah,
know you
but
just stood here.
I've got now. It's boring
These lot
inside.
have been watching
Is
your
there many
stream,
in there? Look at that. Let's see. Look at that. You'd think you were homeless, wouldn't you? I saw you at Leeds United. I'm not even interested in football. I can't believe.
It was a great night.
Oh God! Do you know how interested I'm in football? Zero.
No.
I'd rather get a boiling needle, poke it in my eye.
That's how I feel watching Leeds most of the time. It was a good night though.
But I don't like football. Full stop. But anyway, I'll see you later then. All right then. He needs a shave. So it sounds like it's going to be another half hour. Oh, at least I'm entertaining them. He's only come out because he wanted to be on camera, didn't they? Oh dear. I'm almost tempted to wander around. Shall I wander around? Hang on, I'll nip down there actually. If it's going to be half an hour, I've got no else to do. Might as well just walk around. Oh dear. Can't believe they're that sad that the only thing they've got is entertaining is me talking rubbish for half an hour. Right, this is that park. You know, hang on. Oh, it's totally different to the rest of Leeds. That's why I like it. I'll just have a quick sneaky poos down here because they're not going to be out for ages. He made me jump. I don't know how he's come out. I need him come out the main doors. Look, they've got all these bikes which cost about £5 a second. Don't know how anyone can afford them. Right, can you see it's quite pretty down here? Not like the rest of Leeds. They had, about 2 years ago, they had a big Posey Parker protest down there. With all the riot police and everything cutting them down. Not cutting them down, but blocking them off. So it's quite a pretty little place. It's alright to work down here. And I think they're all solicitors' offices. Yeah, look, solicitors, but there's not many that are. Although then again, I think a lot started to work from home since the lockdown. I don't think the clients would be bothered. I mean, if you were going to solicitors, it's easier to go to their house. And then, say solicitors. I don't think I could cope with being a solicitor. I mean, I'm not clever enough. You got to have good memory and stuff, but it's just the stress. I couldn't cope with the stress. Not more. See the nice buildings? It'd be alright if they convert these to flats. Some of the buildings have been converted to living. Dun 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 dun. What's that? Is that? I don't know what they are. Some of this looks a bit new, I don't know if it is. Look, more of these bikes that cost millions of quids, that silly person, Tracy, whatever they call her, the mayor of West Yorkshire. Yeah, there is a job centre around the corner. They used to be free. There's one, the main one they seem to use is round the corner. Then there used to be one in the city centre, but that's closed down. And then there was, or still is, one on the outskirts on the other side where the theatre is. That's a miserable place, that. If you're ever unemployed, try and get somebody who's a bit lazy to look after you. Not someone who insists on you looking for a job. You can get away with murder then. I'll just walk back. They'll probably come out as soon as I do this. They'll probably have around it. Look at this. When did I come down there? My mate used to come down there. Oh yeah, that was it. She had some massage therapy or something, I forget. Oh no, it was this Chinese thing. It was weird. I used to have to collect her, so I used to park here. She'd say, come out, I don't know what it was like, 2 o'clock, but she'd never come out till 3. So I used to have to drive around, avoiding the traffic wardens. Don't think it did much. I think it was supposed to stop her smoking it, and she keeps coming out with ideas that she can stop smoking. She's done it loads of times. She just chooses not to. And then she'll blame all the health conditions and everything else but the smoking. It's like she drinks 40 cups of coffee and then wonders why she can't sleep.
So I didn't mention it the other day, I just explained.
So this is where that Posey Parker protest was. I don't know where they keep the horses. They used to have them in the park near the other side of town, but I don't think they're there anymore. Right, you see more. And they're doing the, I think they're spending money on the town hall. Well, if it's got to be done, it's got to be done. I mean, there's no point letting it collapse, is there? Even if it costs millions. Dun, 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 dun. La Pillow. That's probably a restaurant or cafe or something. Right, it's up for rent. So there's no point me going inside because what I'm going to do is sit there bored. So it's quite a nice building. I've never been inside, but you might as well spend the money, might you? Next to it is the library, not library, art thing. People only go in the art gallery to look at the nudie paintings. And we're walking back. So there you go, that's the, that's the one in there, that's your whatever. I once went in there, and it was going back years. It was I'd gone through one of them speed cameras, and it was like 3 in the morning, and I didn't even realise the road was 40 miles an hour. I think I'd gone through at 40, was it 30? I can't remember. It's only like 5 or 6 miles over, and it didn't ask it. You see, normally during the day you couldn't speed because the traffic's so bad. But because it was like 3 a.m, I think I might have come back from Manchester or London, I shot through, and I must have done it must be 30 mile an hour zone, I can't remember. There's only a few, the hoo-ha over that. But back then, I don't know if you can do it now. You say, can I have the calibration certificates, because they're supposed to calibrate it every day. And I knew they hadn't bothered or gambled on it. And they claimed they had, and they're supposed to send you the documents 14 days before. And even when they said, we'll bring them to the court. And when I got there, police didn't turn up. And the magistrate, who was about 20, short, really young, I think she had the hots from her, really did. She came out and started chatting to me and said, you can get off if you want. And I mean, I think she fancied me completely. I think I got off. I think it was fine because she had the hots. I mean, she was only young. I went, lovely jubbly. Oh, I'm bored. Bored now. Bikes are still there. Over there, I don't know if it still is Park Lane College, but I think they might change the name because it's like Leeds Met changed the name because I don't think they have the best reputation. So it's to pretend it's a poshy one. And if you go through Leeds, you see all the, or whatever unit it's called now, the Leeds Met lot who pretend to be at Leeds Union. You know damn well they're not. And they prance around going, I ain't clever. And I'm going, no, it's really easy to get into. It's one of the easiest unis to get into. Not like Leeds Union. Leeds Union is apparently the third. I think it's after Oxford and Cambridge. It's really tough to get into. What posts are there? Let's have a look. Dun dun dun. Oasis. So I bet if anyone under 30 don't even know who they are. Is he Irish, Ricky Tomlin? I suppose it is an Irish name, isn't it? I never thought about him being Irish. I always thought it was Liverpool, I suppose. I suppose I've got Irish connections. In theory, I could be Irish connections. I'm either Scottish or Irish. But the posh side. I point that out to my neighbour who's got Irish connections. As if I am Irish connections, it's quite clear I'll be the posh side. Oh, someone's written Free Palestine. I just can't be bothered doing one of them thingies. It's just it's either a Scottish or an Irish middle name. If you Google it, it either comes up either Scottish or Irish. But when it comes up the Irish, it's very posh. No, I can't read the chat. It's the light sitting there. I'll have a look later. Oh, let's have a look. Some lights on that. But that's the hospital up there. It's quite a nice one because it's like a mix of all sorts. It's like really old-fashioned in parts and brand new in others. Although I like St James's better because it's like going into a castle. If you're ever in Leeds, go past St James's, it's wicked, although I did get my bike stolen from out there. I'll tell you what happened. This is what bugged me, right? Years ago, not years, but I used to have a motorbike and I smashed it up, my arm up coming off my motorbike. And so it dislocated for ages. So in the end I put a steel bar in, sliced it in, so I'm like a robot. I've got a steel bar in my leg and a steel bar in my arm. And I used to go to this therapy. This woman do it. You have to they give you these plastic, once a week it was. They give these rubber band things to exercise your arm. And every time I went, she'd wet herself laughing as soon as she took when I took my top off. I mean, she'd cry with laughter. And to this day, I don't know what she was laughing at. And then she'd get her three mates in. And they'd start laughing their heads off. And again, there was a mirror in front of me. I looked at that mirror and I thought, all I can see is perfection. To this day, I don't know what they were laughing at. One actually had to leave because she became sick because she was laughing so much. I tell you, that was quite an embarrassing occurrence. That was a fun weekly event. She'd say, take your top off, and then she'd get her mates in. And she would wet herself. My mate thought it was hysterical, I didn't. No idea what it was about. It was a pointless thing. Mine was fine anyway. But you had to stretch these silly rubber bands. They gave you different colours for different strength. But I was using my arm virtually the next day. The only downside, before I had it done, it used to pop out all the time. And I'd see like this, what I'd used to do, it's my other arm. I used to have to, they told me not to do it, but it seemed to work. I'd have to pull back with my weight and pop the arm back in. It used to always pop, once I relaxed, it would pop out. I'd wake up with my arm, it was awful. So in the end, they got this big steel ball thing and whacked it in my arm. And I've got one in my leg as well. I don't know if you can see. There's some bolts there. I gross everyone out by saying have a feel. You can feel bolts at the bottom of my leg. It goes right up. And that was a nice event as well, because the surgeon afterwards says, "Oh, we're thinking of chopping your leg off." I went, "Oh, that's kind of you." And I'll never forget that either, because they put you on the morphine, and that's hell of a thing to go on. Because I was squirting it in, you have like a little machine, and I don't do drugs at all. But boy, did I get addicted within about a couple of days. I'm just constantly pushing it in. I remember going after, when I came out for a week, I was having to go cold turkey in bed and shivering, and you can understand why it's hard for people to come off heroin, because it's basically the same stuff. God, I'd only been on it a week. that week coming off it. I laid in bed and it was awful. Cold, shivering. But, yeah, God. Oh, I've got a bolt. Hang on, let's see. I don't think you can see. Hang on, let's see. Oh, right at the bottom. I gross everyone out. There. I don't know if you can tell, there's some bolts there. If you look there, can you see? There's a big scar. I don't know if you can see. That's the top of it. And I said to the nurse, she says, oh, we'll make sure no one can see it. I says, oh no, I want a nice scar. I think she still made it invisible. I says, oh, it'll look hot to the chicks. I says, I can go round boasting. I want a nice big scar all the way down my leg. Although the worst scar I've seen, I've got some Muslim neighbours, and one of the girls, she's about 20 now, she was born with one of her legs pinned back, and she used to tell me about this operation. Oh, it used to freak me out. And the back of her leg, she's got a big scar where they disconnected it. Oh. Made my eyes water. I don't know how common that is, but it's never affected her walking. I think it was just the skin. But it was like sealed to the back of her leg. Oh, they're taking the time. But yeah, it was awful. You see, when I did my leg, what happened was I had a motorbike. It was a different one, but it was like an off-road. It was a road bike, but it was one of them off-road ones. And the engines are higher up. And I was a bit naughty. Well, I was very naughty. I didn't even pass my test or anything. And before I went in for the CBT, I think it was a 150cc, I thought, take with this, I'll have a bit of fun. And I went round the streets on it. And what I did was, I went round a bend and slammed the front brake on, and you're not supposed to do that. The bike flips over, and it landed because it was an off-road one. The engine was higher up, so it landed on my leg and crushed it and completely shattered it in about 3 parts. Oh, it was awful going to hospital with that. I could just feel my leg moving from the... Oh, it was awful. I mean, it literally my foot was like disconnected from my leg. Ugh. And my neighbour apparently spotted it and were laughing her head off. I thought, cheers for that. She didn't tell me. She said, oh, I spotted you. We were all laughing about it. I thought, oh, that's nice. That's my neighbours for you. She says, I've never laughed so much in my life. And then I complained because I didn't know where the ambulance was going. I wanted to take my route. But you're tied down. So I could feel it. I'm not sure I was going the correct route. I said... That's a bit of OCD from me, you see. Probably, anyway. Oh dear. I'm being stared at by one of the security. I'm not facing the thing anyway, so I've got nothing to worry about. Yeah, I am. I've fallen since I was a kid. I'm always involved in... I think ever since I was a kid I used to fall over. I've had numerous little crashes. I'll tell you, this is a little tale. This shows you how responsible I was brought up. My nan brought me up. Well, my granddad and my nan, but he died of cancer when I was young. So anyway, when I was a kid, now this is how responsible my family are. Now, when I was about 3, I think I was about 3 or 4, I lived near Rounder, and next to me, it was pretty, well, you know, sounds sad, all this, oh, I was poor, but back then, no one had much cash. And I'll never forget the horror. Every day it almost happened. There was these 3 girls who were about 4 or 5, had come to the door and say, can I take him out? And my nan thought all girls were safe. So you wouldn't think anyone would let a toddler look after basically a 3-year-old. Oh, and they'd push me around. There was a field near me. There was another one. And they'd push me around this field. Nag, 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 nag. Nag, nag, nag. That's all I ever heard. Even now, when I hear a little girl, toddler, it freaks me out. It's their voice. Oh, I used to have that every day. It was awful. And the pram I was in, I wouldn't mind, but that was a death trap. It was one they found in a skip. It was a rust bucket, and it was dangerous. And I was probably the only 3-year-old that was considering health and safety. So I had these 3 annoying little brats pushing me about, nagging at me. Because basically they couldn't afford dolls, so it was cheaper to have me as a doll being pushed around a stupid field for an hour. And then I'd have to fear the stupid pram, which was a death trap. I'll never forget that. Oh, that pram was awful. I don't even think it was a proper pram. I've always wondered if it was a doll's pram, to be honest. They were just too cheap to buy a proper pram. My neighbour had a pram. Cost her £1,000 for her kid. A pram. My car didn't cost £1,000. Oh, something was going on. That security guard's got cool hair. I won't swing round to upset him, but I presume he's a security guard. He's got dreadlocks and it's really long. I bet they're natural as well. I'd love to know. He's got it shaved on the side. It's all down his back. I'm pretty jealous, actually. I can't tell if it's real or not, because I had a mate who had dreadlocks and they were just false. They just had them tied on. But these are mental. It's literally about a foot off the ground. I'm always impressed with people with dreadlocks. It must be a sod to look after. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, I'm bored now. It's getting a bit chilly. Lots of taxis. See, I'm always told taxi drivers don't make much money these days. Mercedes. Money trap they are. People I know them, they just get rid of them because it costs so much in parts. Yeah. Oh, it's getting warm again. Keeps going cold and warm. Oh dear. Yeah, I used to have long hair years ago. Well, not years ago. It's thinned out now. But God, I had the best hair going and all the girls were jealous. And the only time I've ever been jealous of another girl, well, anyone, was when I was at college. It was, oh God, what side of Leeds was it? Oh God. It's near White Rose, I forget. When you go past White Rose, it's up that end. Anyway, I don't know if they're still there, but there was a college there. And at the time, I'd never actually met anyone who was Asian, because my side of Leeds, you never saw anyone. And I've met these 4 girls. We became best mates. Well, one was Muslim, one was Sikh, and forget, they were all different religions. But they were brilliantly fun. And one of them, God, she wasn't from India, but she was someone, a family had come from an Indian, something like India. And she had the most amazing hair going. It was thick, it was long. I mean, it literally almost went to the floor. It shone like anything. Oh, God. I have never been so jealous. Next to her, my hair looked bad. And yet everyone else, it was brilliant next to her, but God, she had amazing hair. I almost went mad with the jealousy over that. And then there was another one of the girls there, she was Muslim, but she was like, she was hysterical because she had a boyfriend who was, well, she said he was Jamaican. And I think she might have been Dewsbury, Bradford, so she had this quite strong accent. But then she put on this fake Jamaican accent over the top. And she'd start talking, I won't even do it because I'll be accused of racism, but it was hysterical to listen to. And this went on about 6 months. And from time to time, she'd forget she was supposed to talk Jamaican. She'd go back to her natural accent, which made it even funnier. But she'd have all these phrases. Then one day she'd said, oh, he's coming to pick me up. So I was expecting this guy to come with big dreadlocks and everything. He turned up. He was the most middle-class bloke going. His parents were teachers, and I think his name was Robert. Didn't have an accent at all. Oh, it was the funniest thing. That was my favourite day. I have never laughed so much because for ages she was telling me he was Jamaican and, you know, it was making out that it was into gangster rap. Well, not gangster rap, what was it? Oh, God, it was just nuts. She was crazy. But then there was another one, and she was almost, if it weren't for one thing she did, I'd have probably fallen in love and married her. She was really attractive, probably one of the most attractive girls I've ever seen. But every lunch, and this is what I just put me off marriage, this. She'd get a sandwich, and this college was so cheap. They'd have the thinnest bread and the thinnest cheese. And we'd buy these sandwiches were ridiculous. You could eat them, and, well, you didn't even need to chew them. They were so thin. And then what she'd do is it would come on a plate, and she'd get a knife and fork. And this what drove me nuts every day. And I mean every day. She'd get a knife and fork and she'd cut this sandwich up into teeny weeny little bits. And then she'd spend 10 minutes chewing each bit. I have never seen anything so ridiculous in my life. It drove me nuts. I thought, nah, that put me off marriage completely. It was just insane. I used to have to stab myself in the leg with a knife just to cope. She'd just sit there watching me and she'd just chew it slowly. She must have spent 5 to 10 minutes per teeny, and when I say teeny, it was like a crumb she'd eat. She'd make that sandwich last an hour. Oh, I'll never forget that. I always wondered if she did it just to drive me nuts. Then she invited me for tea, and I thought, oh, I'm going to get a fancy cooked dinner here. Because it'll be like something special. All they could cook were jacket potatoes. I thought that put me off as well. And she couldn't even cook that. It was dried up. Nearly broke my teeth. Thought, yeah, she's going to be a good wife. You can see me having to cook. Anyway. Oh, it's getting warm now. Oh, I'm bored. Bored. Oh, look, it's one of them waste. Can you see that? The waste team. There's like a big depot they've got. They must do quite well. It's up near where my mate used to live. Well, not quite as far. You can almost see her house from here where she used to live. They're like these fascinating little houses. I think they were like supposed to be temporary buildings. They were like concrete on the outside. No, concrete on the inside and like a fake wall on the outside. But they were quite warm. And I think it was one of these, I've got a feeling it might have been one of these that's supposed to have been built for 5 years. But they were lovely inside. Surprised how warm they were. Warmer than my place. And she were lucky because she had the view over Leeds. Because if you go over there, again, you could probably make it out. Well, it's probably not from here. It gets quite hilly. And she had this house and it literally overlooked Leeds. So you could look at Leeds City Centre from hers, even though she was about 2 or 3 miles out of Leeds. But she wants me to move where she's gone to. I'm not doing that. She wants me to pick her up every day and take her shopping. That's what I used to do in Leeds. She was too lazy to drive herself. She said, oh, you can take me. Oh, I tell you, going shopping with her, that was a nightmare. Especially clothes shopping. If you don't right, Rose, it's basically clothes shops. Oh, she took me in there once at Christmas. Never again. I think we're in there 2 hours and she'd just pick up every single damn item at least 5 times and go through if she liked it or not. And she'd fully describe it and tell me the history of her friends having it. Oh, God, it was awful. And then I think she didn't buy anything in the end. I think we're in there for 2 or 3 hours. It was like, oh. And you see other blokes, I just don't know how they do it. That's why I couldn't get married. I honestly don't know. Oh. It's bad enough food shopping. We'll go round and she'll pick up every item of food and tell me if she likes it or not. And the last time I did it, we went to Sainsbury's and they've got this thing where you can hand scan everything. But because she's nattering on all the time, natter, nagging at me, she just forgets to scan half the items. So then when you go pay, she hasn't scanned half the items and the security runs down because it weighs everything. It knows you haven't scanned everything. So then everyone's watching us thinking we're on the fiddle, pinching stuff because she's not scanned it all. And I keep saying, well, what's the point of scanning it when it's just quicker just to go, get the woman to scan it, and then we're out. Because we still had to wait for somebody to scan every item. And they give you that look, don't they? Oh, you're on the nicking stuff. Ugh. What a life. And she thinks I'm going to move up there. I went, no. I'm happy now. I can cope with her once a month. Oh, I think it's going to rain. Or is it going to rain? It keeps looking like it's going to be dark. I don't know if you hear keep bashing it. I couldn't be bothered with. I know some people love marriage, but I couldn't be bothered with it. It's never been something I fancied. I think I like being on my own. I don't think I could cope with just seeing, getting up and seeing somebody having a wee or something. It just drive me nuts. It's quite comforting just to get up whenever you want, walk around, don't have to get dressed. I mean, I couldn't be bothered with like birthdays and Christmas and stuff. Having to buy your wife all that. Because I suspect most blokes don't really care. They just do it because the wives insist on it. Like, what is it? A stupid one. What is it? In February or whatever it is. It's like my mate. She insists on me getting a card. Well, what is the point? I mean, honestly, I have to buy her a silly card that it's going to stick around. It costs like £2 or £3 just to keep her happy. And if I don't, it's like, oh, I'm the worst person going. And honestly, it's like, I mean, I don't see any point in buying Christmas cards or birthday cards. I don't want them. I mean, people give you them, I can't be bothered even opening them up. Unless there's money inside, what's the point? It's just a bit of cardboard. Just tat. And then Christmas, it's like, you have to buy people presents they don't even really want. I mean, when I buy my mate presents, it's never good enough. She just sticks it in the drawer. It's a complete waste of time. And she just tells everyone, oh, I bought some junk. Doesn't matter what it is, but it won't be good enough for her. I mean, that's the usual yearly thing. Buying her presents just to be told, oh, it's rubbish. And then she sticks it in a drawer. As far as the battery's lasted, I'll have to put my other battery on soon. It is, it's too much. I can't be bothered. It's like Christmas. It's like, I mean, it's like, this is my point. If I had kids, to me, after when they get to 6, I think that's sufficient to stop celebrating birthdays. I mean, it is. I think once you're 6, you're too old then to be bothered. I mean, and the other thing is, I never understand kids who want birthday parties. You see them on the internet where, they're sad face because no one turned up to their birthday. Well, to me, that's ideal. So I've only ever had one birthday party and I hated it. I don't want anyone else there. It just annoyed me. They invited loads of my friends one day. I think I might have been 15 or something. No, probably younger actually. Oh, it was awful. Ugh. I honestly don't see the feel of having a party. My idea is just me on my own. That's heaven. I don't want family there, just me, pizza, full stop. Well, look how many Mercedes there are. Everyone's got Mercedes. You see that in London. Everyone seems to have fancy cars. Is it turning again? Well, that's Honda, isn't it? Well, there can't be much longer now. I haven't planned this out, have I, Burley? See, it's a terrible way. If you go that way home, it's bad. You're into traffic. Try and avoid it if you're going that way. I don't know where all this lot coming from, because it's a terrible way to come through. We're better off driving all the way around. It's quicker. Highly illegal. Oh, please. Or is it a traffic warden? I'm guessing police. I haven't seen any traffic there, sneaky traffic wardens. They hide. Happened to me. Hid behind the corner. And I literally just posted a letter and I came back and had a ticket at my car. I thought, you sneaky devil. Oh God, you think they'd be out by now? You think you'd be able to phone it in these days? You know, send an email in, do you plead guilty or not? Whack it, you know, do it online. Save a lot of money and time. Oh, I'll tell you what happened down there. That goes on to, and I didn't realise, I don't know if you can see, it says M something or other. Now it's 40 miles an hour. Now I didn't realise that's a motorway. Now everyone else does. But I had a little 50cc, it might be, no, it was 70cc motorbike. And there was a policeman, there must have been a crash or something. And I was zooming down it, coming through, thinking I'm fine because it's a 40 mile an hour road. And he did that little thing with his finger guiding me over, and he says, now then, sir, which is always means that, I mean, they say that pretending to be respectful, but you know they're calling you an idiot. So I knew I'd done something wrong. And like my hand went straight over the tax disc because I hadn't any tax on it. And he went, what are you doing on here, sir? I went, just going home. He says, don't you know it's a motorway? And I went, no. He said, well, what do you think that blue Saturday? Then he called me an idiot and said, well, it's your own fault if you get killed, sod you. I thought, right, I wasn't sure if I got away with that or not. Then another time, same bike, I got stopped and the policeman, I don't know how he spotted the tax disc was out of date, and he pulled me over. Oh, and all I had he sat me in the car and started banging on with it. It was Mr. I'm so perfect policeman. You should have seen him, Mr. I could be a model. And he was with and this other female who was chatting to her. She was attractive, but I'll grant you, he was attractive. And he just sat there calling my bag stupid and he said, oh, my little sister who's 5's got one of them. And then he started banging on, showing off to her, saying he had this big whatever motorbike. And then he started going on how brilliant he was at rugby. I literally just sat in the back with him, flirting with her, and she was giggling. And I thought, I honestly don't know what she was giggling at. I didn't think any of his jokes were funny. And I thought that quip about being a 5-year-old driving that bike, I thought, it's not a 5-year-old's bike, it's all quite fast actually. It was a little Honda. It was the one I bust my arm on. He let me off as well. I think he forgot about me. I bet them two are married now. Honestly, I don't know what she saw in him. He was a right twit, to be honest. Mr. Bighead. He had blonde hair and blue eyes. I think that's probably what. And it was. I play rugby. Oh, I'm so perfect. And she was there giggling away. Everything he said, she was giggling at. I thought, I don't say any of his jokes funny. But I wasn't going to say anything. I thought, I haven't got tax on that disc. bored. I bet the phone dies so soon. Oh God, this is boring. Oh God. I won't mind. Everyone seems to call me an idiot. That seems to be my general view of everyone that's against me. Oh, you're an idiot. But I don't think, I mean, to be honest, I don't think a 5-year-old little girl could have ridden that bike. Forget what it is. It's a Honda something or other. I need to put it back together, brought the chain. My favourite, the off-road one. I used to go all over. I had a little backpack, just a normal one, and put the dog in it, and we'd just go all over the place. And one day this policeman followed me home and said, "Oh, you've been spotted coming out of the pub." And I said, "Well, I don't even drink, so I didn't do that." And he says, "Oh, you've got a passenger." And I went, "Ha ha ha ha, ha ha ha, a dog isn't a passenger." He was fuming. He says, "It must be." I went, "No, because you're not allowed to carry a passenger on just a CBT, I don't think." I went, "Ha ha ha ha." I don't know who said I'd come out of a pub. I don't know why they thought that. Nowhere near pub. I'd come back from Ilkley, if anything. I think that's the day I went to Ilkley. I used to zoom around. No, it was the 150cc, yeah. It was a 150cc, and then some sod stole it. They found it as well, but they're taking all the bits off it, I didn't even recognise it. Sods. Love that bike. Oh dear. Is it getting colder? I think it is. You know, you see the odd Ford, but that used to be, when I was in the 70s, everyone had a Ford. I don't know why they stopped making cheap Fords. So I think that's what they were. I think everyone had a Ford at one stage. You don't see many now. Now, I probably spot loads saying that. But it's like my mates, I couldn't believe how expensive her Ford was. You think it's a Ford? They're supposed to be the cheap cars. You might as well buy a BMW if you're going to spend that much money. Volkswagen. Milo drives a Volkswagen, I think. Posted a picture. He posted a picture saying I think we're off to London. As if he's got lots of friends. But, you know, I bet they're only going because they've got a transport. Weird. They'll be watching, so that's why I'm saying it. Sad. You can tell he's got music on. I love watching people in the cars when they don't notice. Oh, he spotted me. I wanted to catch him singing. Always makes me giggle when you see women sit there singing and they don't know you're watching them. I'm in hysterics. Oh, and everyone keeps calling me idiots. Family, everyone. When I was at uni, I mean, you should have seen, the woman in charge of me, she hated me. She was always calling me an idiot. She'd always have me in the office. She'd say, "Right, Adam, in you come." Oh, God. It used to be, because I didn't realise when I was at uni, you're supposed to use one instead of I, and if it was not personal or vice versa, I forget the one. That's why often sometimes you'll see me go, because I'm terrified of her. She used to scare me. I was always in that office. So the biggest regret we ever did was getting you at this unit. I thought, that's kind of you. But I got my revenge because she taught sociology. And I think it was the only one that was like 9:15. And I was terrible. It was Huddersfield. And I could never be bothered getting up that early. So I was always asleep when I got there. Never read the books. Oh, it was dull as dishwater. And she was a strict feminist. So when it came to the exam, I literally forgot to revise. I fell asleep. And I got there that day. I thought, what am I going to do? And I managed to spot the cleverest girl. And I said, can I borrow your notes? And literally, as I was walking up the steps, I just looked at two of I knew what we were told was there was going to be some questions, but there was two of them. And you didn't know what the questions were, so I literally gambled on. One of them was define work. And the answer is you can't define it because, it makes a difference for everyone. So, it could be like like now, them driving to work could be classed as working, or it could be classed as entertainment. It just goes, anyway. So, and I knew you got extra points on the people who wrote the articles or whatever it is. So I remember. So all I did was, as I walked up the steps, I remembered the names, and I guessed at another question. Unfortunately, both of them popped up, and most of them failed. I was the only one. Apparently, I got the second to top mark, and she was fuming. She went mental with me. She still wondered out because she knew I wasn't cheating because she stood there glaring at me right at the front. I didn't even need extra time because they give you extra time if you're dyslexic, but I didn't need it. So I just regurgitated exactly her notes. And she stood there fuming. And I've never been so chuffed. I was giggling when she went mental with me. And she says, I don't know how you've done it. You're the laziest little so-and-so going. Oh, and the other one, this is another cheeky sod. Because I was always 15 minutes late for this bloke's class in the lecture hall. I once went in and he said, oh, here's my most reliable student. And I'll be honest, I thought that was the nicest thing anyone said. And I thought, oh, that's really nice of you. And he says, yes, he's reliably 15 minutes late each time. And everyone laughed their heads off. Oh, I was gutted. Mr. Cleverclogs, he used to tell jokes, but I didn't find that one funny. Reliably 15 minutes late. The thing was, it would have meant getting there an hour early, and, it was morning. I forget what that was, marketing or something. Oh, went into a room, and there must have been 700 there. Just have everyone laugh at me. 15 minutes late. Cheeky so-and-so. Oh, look, he's putting new posters up. I never know if they're doing it legit or not. Oh, fell over. It's changed as Huddersfield, I tell you. When I went, it was packed. All the shops were brimming. Now it's dead. It's weird. The uni looked dead. When I did that protest at the uni, it looked so much different. That's where I went to, that's going back years though, but I like when you come out of Huddersfield train station, it's really pretty, is there? And there's like a fountain and everything. Oh God, I think it's getting cold. You'd think it'd be done by now. Come on, can't be much longer. How long have we gone on for? 1 hour 30. This is ridiculous. I could have stayed in bed. Oh great, it's raining. Oh brilliant, it's now raining. It didn't say that on the weather forecast. I've just got a few splashes there. No coat. Oh, I can feel myself getting wet. Brilliant. Oh, there we go. Rain. Oh, I'm getting wet. Oh, look, now you don't know if you can see it. It's starting to rain. Oh, I bet it's heavy. Oh, brilliant. What a life. Let's have a look. Oh, there's nowhere to stand under cover. Well, it's not very well designed, is it? I mean, you think they put benches out here. I mean, it's not very thoughtful. You'd have a nice bench and a bit of a cover. Oh, now I'm getting wet. Oh. Oh, smoking area. Looks minging, doesn't it? Glad I don't smoke. He's putting a new poster up. Another Mercedes, I think. Yeah. God, everyone's got money. I can't even afford a wheel on it. What posters he's putting up. Mint. They always have festivals called Mint as if it's something trendy. They've been calling things Mint since the year 2000. Oh, is that what? Start advertising. Wiltshire Farm. I think that's one of them delivery things. I tell you what would be a good little business is, and I've always thought this, for vegetarians and vegan, is to have a little cafe. You never see Indian cafes, like what the parents make. I mean, you get lots of Indian restaurants, but I think they're spicy. But the stuff that families eat, so that tends to be vegetarian or vegan. I've always thought it'd be a good little business, but anyway. I don't know if there's a cafe that used to be. I used to work at the cinema ABC in Leeds. It keeps changing its names, but it's pulled down. Sad, really. The roof caved in, to be honest. But there was a cafe next to them. They used to sell bags of chips for I think 50p, like a sack. They're really greasy, but they're amazing. Huge sacks of chips you'd get. I don't know if that cafe's still going. I'll have to have a look. A lot of businesses that end up changed. It's always a shame. See that up there, the crate? Oh, it's saying battery low. I can never do that as a job. There's there are people who actually go crane spotting. Sad. I mean, how sad can you be? Hang on, I'm going to have to plug a battery in now. Great. Another disaster. I can't remember where I put one. Oh, God. Where's the spare batteries? Oh, dear. I can't even get it out. This isn't designed well. Oh. I've got that. There's a bloke there, I think it's a solicitor, but he's got strange blue trainers on. Doesn't suit him, he's too old for him. He must be in his 60s. Well, I haven't even brought the cable. Right, that's it. I wasn't expecting it to be this long, that's why. Hang on. Let's just right. Hang on, bear with me. Come on. Right, hopefully that'll work. So I just disconnect. Heck with that. If the sounds change, it's because I've had to unplug it. Oh dear. Hang on. Oh, it's getting chilly now. At least it stopped raining. Oh. Yeah, there's a video. If you go on News Now Yorkshire's channel, you're going back months. I mean, it's literally last year. You can see it. But I think if you go into the if you go onto YouTube, and I think on the search thingamajig, you can just Google it. Not Google it, but I think you'll be able to find it under probably. See, if you just type Steward, it might be under that. I can't remember. But it's going back. I'd say about a year, maybe less. You can see the clip. It's hard because it's. I think he's got two clips. He's got one on GoPro, which is the main one, and then obviously the phone because it goes flippity flop. And if you look, it's. I mean, it's an expensive phone. Cracked it. I don't know why. I was just walking past and wouldn't even, I mean, I don't think he was in winding the guy up or anything. I just would filming, and I don't know if I've never seen. Well, I don't know. He might come regular. You see, you used to see a lot of the Steward, and a lot don't seem to have gone. Seems to be a new lot. They seem to change them. Oh, look at that. What's that? What's going on there? Oh, it's just a billboard. X6. I think that goes to Harrogate. I might be wrong. Oh no, that's the Bradford one. There's one that's quite cool. You can go, and apparently it's 24 hours. It takes you almost to Bradford. Well, it does. It takes you to Bradford non-stop. It's quite quick. It's quicker than driving. Driving to Bradford from Leeds is a right pain. I don't know why they don't fix the roads. It's just awful. They're stuck in traffic for ages. And now they've got a silly speed air zone thing. Oh God, it's forever. My phone's probably going to die of power. So this is probably pointless. I could have been in bed still. I can't believe I've come out. I don't like getting up this early. It's not natural. Oh, fire engine. They used to come to the cinema when they were bored. It was always inconvenient just to make sure that the doors were incorrectly locked. You used to have to guide them around. I always thought, I bet people wonder whether I'm taking them around. They were fun days at the cinema. Miss them. Oh dear. Seems years ago though. Well, I suppose it was. Oh well, I am bored now. Bored. But oh look, blossom. I like blossom. That's the thing about Japan. They do that thing with the blossom. I think they do that in other countries. That's the thing about spring. You get all the nice blossom and the spring flowers. Harrogate. There's somewhere, I can't remember if it's Harrogate. I remember going when I was a kid and I've never seen, I can't remember where it was. It's up near, I don't know if it is Harrogate or Knaresborough, where they do all the flowers are really done nice. Can you see the, I think it's too old for them trainers. Oh God, it's going to be midnight. Oh, is it Tuesday? Oh, it's getting cold again. Seacroft. So that's near where I used to live. It was a lot different then. There was like this shopping centre, and the council and the Wisdom spent £1 million doing the roof up, and then the year later they pulled the building down. But it was a bit minging. It was like this weird 60s thing. Most depressing place going. White indicates she's qualified, I think. I remember that. If you see some of the blue helmet on there, they're not qualified to whatever they're doing. So if you ever see a building site, the blue-hearted ones are the students, or tend to be. If you ever go to Liverpool, they've got the fanciest cars. I was quite impressed with the Liverpool ones, and I was laughing because I pulled up, and I wish I'd taken a picture, because in fact I think I might have done, I've forgotten and deleted it, because they had this police dog van. Now normally they have the dogs in the back in the like cell thing, and I don't know if it was allowed to do this, but the dog was actually sat out in the front barking. I was laughing my head off, outside the window. I mean, I've got a feeling that what it was allowed to do, but it was impressed because the number plate was DOG something or other. Now that's impressive. But I was laughing because the dog were barking at my dog. We had them having a little ding dong, and I thought, I've never seen a police dog sit outside the van window having a fun time. I mean, it was a warm day. I don't blame them. Oh, that's something else you got to watch. For ages, and I've had to stop this, when I used to walk the dogs, I had my mates, Jack Russell. She used to sit on my knee and look out the window, and then mine would sit on my back looking out the window, and then we'd drive along. I'd have Amigo as well, but he'd be sat in the back barking, and probably Sandy as well. She'd be back being quiet. But one day in Leeds, they had these little free magazines, and it says, "It is a criminal act, £1,000 fine to have your dogs not tied up properly." And I guarantee I bet all the police read it. I bet they didn't know about it, because the next day I was driving towards Bradford and a police car pulled me up. Oh, he didn't have. I got away with it. It was like it could have been £1,000 fine, I think. Oh, he didn't have to tell me off. He called me an idiot as well. I was having a little joke with him though, and I don't think he found it funny, because he had an iPhone watch on, and I says, is that with because these days, you don't need to have, it's not like a maker, but they go, do you have your driving licence on you? Which I don't say, why would you have your driving licence on you just to lose it? But they always, I was joking, I says, do you want me to put a £5 in it? And they didn't find that funny. Oops. But it let me off. He glared at me over that. Wish I hadn't said it. I thought it was funny. And then about a week later, these two police stopped me, saying, this is why I've had to stop the dogs doing it. He pulled me up outside. It was on. I knew what he was up to. I knew I was going to get away with it, because it was next to the police station, and I knew we'd finished for the day. And I said to my mate, don't worry, it's finished. He ain't going to do the paperwork. So he just told me off and pretended he was going to. And I thought, yeah, as if you're going to bother with the paperwork when you're finished for the day. Because I could see his mate fuming. Although I did get, my favourite one was, I did years ago a delivery job doing pizzas in Harrogate, and that firm were a bit scummy, but there was loads of pizza places, and my GPS took me down the wrong road, and I went up this wrong street, and this policeman saw me, and he'd just come out of McDonald's, and I think it was his fault. I've said this, I don't think I was at fault. He started waving me backwards, so instead of looking behind, I was looking at his directions, and I went slam straight into his police car. He was fuming, and then I had to wait now for this van to turn up, because he didn't have a breathalyser. So they breathalyzed. I didn't drink, so it didn't matter. And they had to take my document. I didn't damage his car in any way. There wasn't even a scratch on it. But I just had them moan from me, because apparently it's their McDonald's. And I had no sympathy being vegetarian anyway, so sod them. But I had the moan because his McDonald's had got cold. And I thought, I haven't even damaged your car. And in my opinion, he was doing this hand waving gesture, and in my opinion, I was watching him, and if he hadn't done that, I could have turned my head round. So I was in the right as far as I'm concerned, but oh God, of course I didn't moan for hours, and I had to drive all the way back to Harrogate to show my documents. Which I always have in a folder, because I used to have this little Nissan Black Micra, and because it was old, everyone thought I didn't have it insured. So I was every week virtually I was getting I had to do. They don't do it now. They just check your computer, but they did the thing where you had to do producers. So I just collected them. I've got a folder somewhere, all these producers. It's hysterical. I mean, the police knew when I went in. As soon as I went in, they says, "Oh, you're back again." I went, "Yeah." But nowadays they just follow you. They did it the other day. One of them followed me, and he says, "I know you've got insurance, but he says, you look such a Burke. I was just checking you out. I thought you were on drugs." I thought, cheers. Oh, that's another thing I always get in Leeds. I'm always getting people coming up to me asking me to sell them drugs. I'm going, "I don't do drugs," and they go, "Well, how come you like that then?" I go, "This is my natural way," but oh no, they won't accept it. They think I've taken drugs. And I go, "This is how," and this is, "Oh, but how come you're so weird and dosed up?" I go, and they go, "We spend millions and thousands on drugs, and we can't even get to as bad as you." And I go, "Oh, cheers very much." And they're always coming up to me, asking me. Or the other one is, I get the drug dealers coming up to me, and they always offer me the cheapo drugs, and I go, "Look, if I were buying drugs, I could afford the best." Well, I couldn't, but you have to have some fight, don't you? Oh, I'm bored. Oh, it's raining again now. Great, I'm getting wet. Oh, look at that. JCB. Love one of them. Just to drive around in. I think there's like a theme park you can go to. I thought that looks cool. All the JCBs. I always think they should do a small, like a JCB Jeep type thing. I should write to them and tell them that. Might get a couple of quid off them. Oh, it's raining. Oh, I'm always having people asking me if I'm on drugs. It's a right cheek. In fact, when I was a kid, I did. They do. I presume they still do it now. They put you on these placements, experience thing, job, and one of them I was lucky because they swung it. When they don't do this, to have a little ride around with the police for a few days. And obviously, I was in this police car, and we went to this major thing. I mean, I was told I had to sit in the car, and this policeman came up and says, "Oh, he looks right wrong," and the guy had to explain I wasn't. I thought, "How dare you?" He says, "I've never seen anyone as scummy." I thought, that's nice, isn't it? I thought I wouldn't have minded, but I was actually dressed up at the time. I was actually in a little suit. I thought, even when I look dressed up, what's the point? Well, I'll never forget that. Oh, he's a wrong one. No, I think I've always thought if the ACB did like a sort of Jeep type car, it'd be cool. You can bolt stuff on it and stuff. Like an off-road thing. I'm surprised they don't. I thought they'd be out by now. Oh, it's time. It is raining again. It's not supposed to. I checked the weather forecast. If I knew it was spitting, I wouldn't have bothered coming. I tell you what's weird is, when my Muslim, I've got a few Muslim families in the street, but this one, when they moved in, the kids were, well, the youngest was about 8, and now she's 20, well, she must be about 25. I don't understand how the time's flown. It freaks me out. I look at it and I go, oh my God, you were 10 last year. As far as I'm concerned, I can't understand it. I don't know where the time's gone. It freaks me out. And I keep looking at a car, there's always a new bump on it. Don't know who gave her the licence. Oh, well. Yeah, I can't. It's weird when you see. Time flies, it's doing my head in. One minute people are 10 and now they're like. I don't know, it's like my mate's kid. She's like, she's 13 now, but I remember her when she was a toddler. I can't cope with it. And that only seems like a year ago. It's like when I see my mates from school, God, they're all old people. I can't even cope with it. They've all turned into all old age pensioners. I'm thinking, oh God, in my head I'm still 18. Oh, and all they do is just talk about ill health. That's what my mate does. She loves it. She was in hospital a few years ago. Oh, and she was in heaven, sat there just talking about all her ailments, with everyone else. And that's all her friends do. They just chat. They have me on WhatsApp and I have to be so careful because, God, if you say hi to them, I then get about an hour's of texts about, what the latest ill health is. Oh, I'm so ill. Oh, blah, 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 blah. Oh, God. And they love it. They love being ill. You should say it. It's usually my daily call from my mate. We get an hour of how ill she is. She's always developing new illnesses. God. I'm bored. But yeah, they're always inside. I get them, I haven't gone out, I can't walk. That's all you ever hear from her friends. All of them. And they'll love it. They wallow in illness. I think once women hit about 23, they seem to love to be ill. They'll love to tell you their health conditions. My mate keeps, I can't walk I'm running out of breath. I says, it's because you smoke. Oh no, it's not because I smoke. She'll accept that it's all down to smoking. It's all something else. I says, if you stop smoking, you'd be fine. I'm drinking, 20 coffees a day. She just drinks coffee after coffee and then wonders why she can't sleep. And then gets medication to help her sleep. And it's because you drink coffee. I once went with her to the doctors. It was hysterical. She had this new doctor. A normal doctor was on holiday, and she had this female doctor, and she asked me to go in with her. And she said the female doctor said, "Oh, I'll have a look at your notes." I says, "I wouldn't." And I think she thought I was being funny or sexist or something. I said, "You'll be upset." And then she started reading through. I'm reading, and she just glared at me. I went, "Yep, told you. I wouldn't have bothered. You'll be there all day." You could probably spend about 5 hours reading all her notes. But it's like that. You see that with a lot of people. It's like my stepmum's brother. Oh God, his wife's always ill. Everyone's ill. I don't. People wallow in illness. It's like a hobby for people to be as sick as you can be. Say again, sir.
Are you recording something?
Yeah, I'm just waiting for them to come out. I'm pointing that way till they come out. I thought they'd be out by now, but it's just...
Are you online?
Yeah. No, YouTube.
YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was expecting it to be over about 5 minutes and now I'm getting wet. I wouldn't have bothered. I could be nicely in bed keeping warm, watching films. What did I watch last night? I'll tell you what I watched again, and it was that, I forget, it's the one, apparently it's flopped at the box offices. It's the one where it's based in a French sci-fi, and it's like loads of planets all stuck together. I forget. It wasn't as good the second time. I thought it was alright the first time. Oh God. Oh, now I'm getting wet. Oh, look at that. No, don't buy Coke Zero. I don't think it's healthy for you, all this diet stuff. Every time I read it, you're better off the proper stuff. I was watching one article, and I don't know, it's if you look, and I don't know if this is the same because Americans have different recipes. They had what they do in America with Coke is apparently they use corn syrup for sugar or something. And apparently this time, well, because it's the Jewish festival in America, because it's not kosher or something, they put normal sugar in. So what everyone does is they go out and buy all the bottles, because it's only on like a temporary thing, and because apparently it tastes nicer, so they get the proper sugar. And I don't know if they do that in England. I presume it might be normal sugar, because a lot of this stuff is different. So I don't think you can have E numbers in America, and I don't think they have chlorine in the water and stuff. It's interesting, all the difference. But then they can eat stuff that way banned here. I think not Cadbury's cream eggs, it's the other ones with the toy in. I think they're banned in America. Forget why. There's all sorts of, it's always fascinating all what's banned and what isn't. Hopefully it's not. Oh God. Put that down. Oh, come on, it can't be much longer. This is ridiculous. You know, I mean, they should have just rushed through. There's just, I mean, like I said, I don't know how they can't do this on email. It's not very well organised. Oops. I mean, we live in 2025, everything's online. You think you just say, do you want to plead guilty or not guilty? Bish, bash, bosh. And that's it. I mean, I don't think it'll be long before AI do the court cases anyway. You'll just go on and you'll have go on your phone and it'll say, you know, it'll come up and say, do you plead guilty? And then you'll have an AI judge. So it won't be long before doctors are all AI. I mean, there's going to be no jobs soon. It's all going to be AI. There's virtually no jobs that AI can't do. It's a cool Land Rover. With fun drive. I bet it's cold inside though. They always seem cold. They always seem expensive to run. If I was getting one, I'd get an army one of the ex-army ones. And you can, you know what I mean, then it's military grade and you can feel like you're in the armour. Saw a bloke near me has a tank. Thought that's cool. Oh, I'm getting cold now. I'm not happy. Where's that? Monkswood Gate. I've never heard of it. Oh, it's apparently near St James's, I'm guessing. There's some stupid names, isn't there? Don't know who came out with half the names. That's something I object to about America. They split up with us. And by the way, they cheated. If you look at the history, that war, they were losing and they got the local native Indians to show them how to sabotage everything, so they cheated. So they didn't win fairly. Anyway, I don't think they should be allowed to keep all the English names like Scarborough and all this. Even New York, I think they should be forced to change all the names. If you're not going to be part of England, you're not allowed to keep the names as far as I'm concerned. It's cheating. I mean, I can't believe they've got Scarborough and it's not even on the coast. I mean, I completely object to that. And when you Google things like Scarborough, you get all the American stuff, news coming up, and you're going, well, no, it's not the real Scarborough, is it? The real Scarborough's in England. It's like New York. I mean, there's only one York, and that's like a few miles away. It's over there. It's a bit of a cheek calling it New York. Yeah, they'll go on and say, oh, we don't want to be part of England, but we'll keep all the names. No, I object to that. It's not on. No, Canada. Canada's full of people who really want to be American and just don't want to admit to it. I mean, it's just basically a lot of trees and water, and that's it. And cold. Although Australia's the worst, that's just full of animals that want to kill you. I don't know why anyone wants to live in Australia. Literally everything wants to kill you there. They've got, like, I was watching a programme, even the ants there, they've got these ants. They're not like normal ants that live in a little family and run about and they're like a millimetre long. No, these things are massive and they live on their own, and when they see you, they jump up and squirt acid at you or something. It's awful. And everything else wants to kill you, all the fish. You don't see anything in Australia that's nice. Even kangaroos aren't nice, see, they punch you. I mean, what a ridiculous... I just don't understand the pleasure of living in Australia. I mean, that's the thing. The trouble with England is, it's all right in summer, but when it's winter, it's depressing. It's dark and cold. But the trouble is, if you move anywhere else, it's full of animals that want to kill you. I mean, I'm surprised. I didn't realise there were bears all over Europe and all sorts of animals like that. I think they've got them in Poland and stuff. That's weird to me. I tell you, talking about bears, which I didn't realise. What's that one with the... oh God, Disney made it into a film. Oh God, the one where it's set in India. Oh God, Jungle Book. That's it. Now I didn't realise they have bears in India, and I didn't realise that was an Indian bear, mainly because they had an American accent. So I just thought they just shoved it in. I had a shock the other day. That was a bit of a surprise. All these years I've gone thinking that's an American bear. And then I found out it's about 3 years ago. No, it might have been 2. They have these bears there with great big nails and they're quite vicious. And I thought, well, that's a surprise. Took me by surprise. And that's what the bear in the Jungle Book is. But because he's got an American accent, it completely threw me. Got that on record. It's my favourite records. I love the Jungle Book. But it still threw me that the bear's not American. To me, all bears are American. It's weird that they're not. And people get killed with them bears in India and other places. They're quite vicious. I tell you, there's this horrible bird in Australia. This is the worst one. If you Google, I forget the name. It's like a great big dinosaur. And it lives in like all the woods, and what it does is it runs at you at 40 miles an hour, and it's got like a bulletproof head, and it just jumps. And what it does is it jumps up when it sees you and splits you in two. It's awful. I mean, people have them as pets and then get killed. I mean, it's like literally, it's like something out of a horror film. I mean, it's just, I think that might be the worst way of dying, splitting your stomach. Oh, it's awful. I'm just thinking, people live in Australia. Why? Why on earth would you live in Australia when you've got things like that there? At least in India, the tigers there seem fairly friendly. You don't see many people getting killed in India. They seem quite friendly, the tigers there. They just walk into the village and say hello. I think India would be quite nice, except I think it's too hot. Dubai's the one I don't understand. That when you look at the temperature of Dubai, even in the coldest time, it's boiling. I honestly can't understand how anyone can live in Dubai. That's just like a heat wave constantly. I mean, what pleasure people have when it's so hot. It's just ridiculous. I mean, I know it's fancy. I think I watched the programme and they had, I think in the desert, they've got an ice rink. It's not an ice rink, it's a place where you can, what do you call it? You can go skiing, that's it. On snow, they've got like this artificial snow. It's middle of nowhere. It's well cold. I mean, stuff like that I can understand, but it's just too hot. I mean, the buildings always look fancy. I mean, it looks like it's out in the future, that place. Oh, I am bored. This is ridiculous. It's not good enough, this. Oh, God almighty. Yeah, if they say 1:30, it should be 1:30. Should be 5 minutes in and out. That's what I was expecting. Not this. This is just ridiculous. It's not good enough. Oh, God. Well, at least it's warming up again. Oh, I'm tired now. Feeling sleepy. Another Mercedes. Everyone's got Mercedes today. Never seen so many. Oh, it's getting nice and warm again. So they've all got these bikes. Can you see? You don't need to pedal them. They're a bit naughty, but I suppose if they don't go fast, there's no problem. I think it's the ones that they speed up. That's the ones I think the police take off you. Another Volkswagen there. I thought you couldn't insure them things anyway. That police car. I like the old-fashioned ones from the 70s, the ones that were black and white. God, we've been here 2 hours. This is ridiculous. It's not good enough, is it? I mean, honestly. No, I'm not very happy about this situation. This is not on. That's quite a nice building though, isn't it? It's like, I'm guessing that's an old building they whacked out on the top of it. So that'd be alright. I wouldn't mind that. If that was like the penthouse, that'd be alright for me. Be nice. You have a swimming pool and stuff and you just, you know, go into town and then come back there. It's quite pretty actually. It's like that. Well, there's a building. It's the old cinema in Bradford. I always thought that'd be quite cool as a building to live in. So I've got these two domes, and I always thought one would be my bedroom, and the other would be like a big swimming pool, a big circular one. And I'd have all the top models come. They'd be like Naomi Campbell and stuff. We'd all hang about, playing music and stuff. So that'd be all right for me. That. It's a bit spacious though. You need, I don't know. Oh, it's saying transmission bad now, so I don't know why. I haven't even moved. Oh, it's getting nice and warm. I'll tell you what's bugging me as well is everyone's got beards. I don't think, unless you're religious, I don't think you should have a beard. Dreadful. don't think anything looks as scruffy as a beard. And I always think, this is what I always think, there's women who've got married, well, I suppose not just women, I suppose if you're in a gay relationship, there'll be men as well, but there'll be people there, and they've got kids and stuff. I bet they don't even know what their husband looks like. They might never have seen him without a beard. I bet that must be weird. You actually marry someone you don't know what they look like. And I always think that must be dead weird. They could be quite ugly, or they could be really attractive underneath. I mean, it's false advertising. I mean, it's why I object to like plastic surgery, because you don't really know what she looks like originally. I mean, you know, she might have looked okay, but you could be marrying someone who's quite hideous, and then you'll have a shock when you see the kids. That's alright done up. Could feel like you're in the army with that. Oh, look, Minnie. It's not the class. My neighbour had a classic black Minnie, and he just gave it away. I said I'd have had it. And just a farmer took it. He had it in his garden for ages. I thought, that's nuts. I'd have loved that Minnie. Actually, that reminds me, when I was at Cole at uni, there was a girl then, I think she had some, she was really attractive, but she wore these weird shoes, so I think she was born with a birth defect on her feet. And she said to me one day, do you want to lift home? And I went, oh yeah, great. And I've never been so scared in my life. She had this old Minnie, and she used to just run straight up to the car in front and slam on. And I'm swear blind, I thought she'd have hit it. I don't know if it was because I was in it, maybe the extra weight, and maybe she'd have stopped before, but I was physically sick. I'll never forget that. That put me off her. I used to think she was really attractive until then. Until she got me in that car. God, the terror. And I still don't know how she didn't hit the car. I even got out and had a look. I says, you're like a millimetre from that car. And she was buzzing. That's how she normally drove. And I thought, oh. Has he left something open there? Oh, I'd have told him. Is that? I don't know what that's open. Is that? Has he stopped? I think that's the electric thing. Looked like a flap on the back. I'm guessing that may be where you charge it, but I don't know. If I'd noticed, I'd have told him. I don't know if he's parking up. I might have a nip round later. They usually just park there. Well, it is warming up now. Glad I haven't got a coat on. Oh, it's Tuesday and it's April. I mean, it'll soon be winter as well, and that depresses me. Won't be long. You see, what happens is, and it always gets to me, once it's the summer holidays and you just know it's winter. The day the kids break up for summer, you just know that's it, it's winter now. It's depressing, and then from then on it's just, everything gets dark early and it's cold, and oh, I hate it. I just hate it. It's just you're walking around in pitch blackness for months, and then it's like now, what will happen now is it warms up and all the insects bite me, so I can't win. I'll go take the dogs for a walk and all I'll do is get bitten and I'll be scratching all night. You're just thinking that's it, that's my life. Months of itching from being bitten, and then months of misery being cold and in the dark. I mean, it's a horrible existence. I keep thinking I wouldn't mind moving to Mars, but that's cold as well. I looked. It's too far away. But I wouldn't mind it. Nicely on my own. Miles from everyone. No insects to bite me. Ugh. Right, it says, I don't know how well the reception is. It says it's bad reception. It's quite a nice little clock, that. Oh, this is ridiculous. I'm not happy. I mean, there's no seats to sit on. I mean, I can't think of anywhere I can sit down and chill. So I'm just walking around bored. Oh dear. I wonder what the point of this red is. Oh, I suppose it's just to make it look pretty. And of course some idiot has to spray paint it because they're idiots. They've got no talent, but they think that's a talent, like scribbling the name on it. Falk House. Peter Falk. What was it? What did he play? That detective, my favourite. I'm always watching them, the classics from the 70s. Columbo, that's it. Trying to think of my favourite Columbo episode. I think it's the one where, oh yeah, there's one, and I think they got Robbie the Robot from Lost in Space? I can't remember if that one was called Robbie the Robot. I think it was, and he's in it. You see Robbie the Robot in a few things. I'm always buzzing when I see it. But they have Robbie the Robot in one of the Columbo episodes, and I buzzing. Have you ever seen not Lost in Space, sorry. So I'm getting them mixed up. There was two. There was Lost in Space, and there was the film Forbidden Planet. That's it. It's from Forbidden Planet, and you see that in a lot of they have. You see it. It's also in. I think it's near the start when he's going to look at the gadgets in Gremlin. It's the first one. I'm always buzzing over that. Got yes. Forbidden Planet Robot. Best film going is that. My favourite film. Dr. Morbius. And it's when they go on the planet, it blows me away. Still looks impressive now. I mean, they keep on about trying to remake it. They'll never remake it. It'll never be as good. Dr. Morbius. And it's the guy, I forget his name, it's the comedian who's in it. He plays it straight, which is always funny. Who's the American captain to come. And you're thinking, oh my God, it's the guy who's always in all the comedies. But he's playing it straight. I can't remember if that is Robbie the Robot, because there's one in Forbidden Planet, and there's one in Lost in Space, and I always get the two names mixed up. I can't remember if it's Robbie the Robot in Forbidden Planet or Lost in Space, but you see that sometimes as well. I think the mix. I think both of them do appear in Lost in Space at one time. What's the doctor in that? Oh God, I've forgotten his name. Loved Lost in Space. Danger, danger, Will Robinson. Classic. Although, and I have to say, there's the Outsider one, which is always another one I always think is a classic. Is oh God, the one where the Invaders. That's it. That's actually an excellent one. That freaks me out actually. Don't get the same attention, but I think it's still worthy. The Invaders, especially when they get zapped. It's kind of creepy actually. But the creepiest one is what's my favourite American ones? It's oh God, terrible. I'm tired now. What's the damn stupid show called? The Twilight Zone. That's it. That's the one that freaks me out the most. It's why I don't like getting on planes. It's the episode where he gets on the plane and there's a little gremlin. Oh, is it? Or is he going mad? That's the whole thing. You don't know if he's actually gone mad or he's actually there. I can't get on the plane. The thought of one of them being on there freaks me out. That's all I see. I don't know how anyone wants to get on a plane when there's little gremlins bouncing about. Oh, I'm bored now. Let's see. Bored. Look at him trying to look cool. Don't look as cool as me in shorts. See, I look cool in shorts. Not everyone does. No, I look cooler. Oop, fell over. I tell you what I don't understand is why they wear them glove mittens in summer. Them delivery guys. I mean, it's sensible in winter. Keep your hands warm, your handy pandies warm. But I see them cycling around in summer and I'm thinking they must be boiling. Then again, maybe it's you're going that fast. You might be cooling down, so maybe. I suppose they do at night, but... You see, he's got gloves on. I think it'd be too warm. Oh, that's a proper motorbike. Ooh, naughty. Naughty there. I wouldn't have risked going past the carts on that when there's police cars about. Although I don't know how far you can get on them. I just think, why bother? Just get a normal motorbike. At least you can then go miles and miles and miles and probably faster. Rather than the 2 miles you go on that and then you have to charge it. And they probably cost more than a motorbike. Oh God, I'm bored now. Them trousers are annoying, aren't they? Them white ones. You think you should get the bottoms mucker. Oh God, I'm bored. Bored. I suppose people are finishing work soon. Oh, I think I've got a stomach ache. Probably dying. Still full of cold. My mate gave me it. I'm not happy. It's the third cold I've had in the last few weeks. I think it's because I'm more sensitive than most people. Bored. He's got his bag open. I don't know if he notices. Oops. Oh, come on, this is ridiculous. How long can I be? UPS. You don't see as many UPS trucks, do you really? You see quite a bit. They normally have the door open as well. In fact, I thought they didn't have a door. I always see them with no doors. Ooh. So, Mary Jump. Mary Poppins. Must be a play. Doubt if it's a remake of a film. Actually, I don't think I've ever seen Mary Poppins. I don't know. You know, a lot of these films I don't think I've ever seen. I can't remember if I've seen Mary Poppins. I'll probably die now and never seen it, which will be annoying. See, I always thought I'd be regretting dying and missing out on all the Star Wars films, but they made such a hash of them, I'm no longer bothered. I mean, that was my big regret. I was always making sure I'd stay alive just to watch them, and now I honestly couldn't care less. They're that dull. And I've never imagined in my life I'd say Star Trek could ever become dull. Star Wars, I mean. In fact, the Star Trek ones were sucked as well. I mean, you had all the classics and now they suck. Ugh. Oh, I'm bored. Can't even see. I can't read the screen and the sun's hitting it. Seacroft 50A. I mean, look at that. You wouldn't wear high heels like that, would you? She's clearly struggling to walk in them. I mean, it's bad for your back as well. I mean, I wouldn't ever wear... If I was a female, I wouldn't wear high heels. They're bad for your back. I mean, you see them in town walking around the high heels and all they do is fall over. It's the daftest thing going. I mean, look, you know, what's comfort about that? I mean, she's clearly not comfortable walking like that. I'd ban high heels. I think the most ridiculous shoes going. Horrible. I remember years ago, one of my mates, her mum was wearing them, and I says, "You're going to fall over," and she did. She wouldn't have it. She thought she was looking attractive. I says, "You don't. Looks ridiculous." And I had to take her to the hospital because the silly so-and-so fell down the stairs. And I says, "Well, yeah. I mean, what's the point of wearing high heels in your house? No one could see you except me and a daughter. I mean, it was just silly." Now, of course, she had to wear them, didn't she? And she should prove a point. Well, she had nearly broke her neck. That was a good point to make. You don't see as many people in high heel shoes. Horrible things. I mean, I don't even think they're attractive in any way at all. Oh, look, she's got them on. Look how uncomfortable that looks. I mean, is that looking comfortable? No. I mean, that looks like the most painful experience going. I mean, how far can you walk in high heels? I mean, honestly. Oh, God. Yeah, if there was a fire, she'd break her neck if she had to run. No, and she smoked. It's going to be good for her, isn't it? She's probably a solicitor. I'm surprised people still smoke these days. You wouldn't think they would. I mean, you see people who are health conscious and the left. I mean, but it always amazes me at the left when you see these protests, how many people on it smoke. You'd think left-wing people wouldn't smoke, but they do. That always takes me by surprise. I mean, I can understand years ago, but I mean, these days, I'm always shocked how many people, and it's people, and the funny thing is, you see them smoking, and then they'll buy health food. My mate does that. She smokes, and then she buys organic food. I'm going, well, what is the point in that? Seriously, what is the point of smoking and then buying health food? None at all. It's just daft. I bet she is a solicitor. She has a solicitor look. Oh, she's going in. Yeah, I'm guessing she's a solicitor, or a barrister. Shouldn't be sexist. She might be a barrister. Or a QC. Oh, it's not QC anymore. It's KC, which doesn't sound right. It's King's Counsel now, isn't it? When you're a top barrister, you become a King's Counsel. I couldn't be asked with it. The stress. I mean, I'm always amazed how people get married to barristers, because you'd be panicking, wouldn't you? I mean, you know, if you do anything wrong, they're going to be suing you or divorcing you and take you for everything. They're the experts. Bored. What is it, Tuesday? No, on this week. I tell you what I like about this thing about the Birmingham strikes. It just makes me giggle every time I hear the Birmingham accent. It was like when we did the protests the other day, that bloke, and I wish I'd recorded more of him, when he was saying, I can't even do it. It was just the funniest voice going, when he was going, I wish I could do it. When he was saying about his, I can't do it, I wish I could. It was brilliant. I love the Birmingham accent. I tell you what's weird is why people in Liverpool have an accent, because When you go down the road about a mile to Blackpool, they don't have an accent, so I don't know why they do in Liverpool. And Glasgow, I was watching a clip in Glasgow. Oh, there's a woman, I don't know what she was on about. I mean, I think it was, I don't know if it was husband or a boyfriend or a son or what. They're having a ding-dong. I've listened to it, must have been 30 times. I haven't worked out a single word she was on about. Always reminds me of, there's a comedy, what was it? Porridge. And there's a line in there where he's chatting to the Glasgow prison guard, and he says, I always thought I was working class till I went to Glasgow, and then I realised I was middle class. And I always giggle like that because I think it's true. You always think you're working class, and then you hear the Glasgow accent and you're thinking, oh, quite middle class. Oh, God. But still, I never understand how Liverpool has an accent and Blackpool doesn't, considering they're basically a mile apart. You think they would have an accent. Although it's not as strong. I remember the Liverbirds, I'm sure they had a much stronger Liverpool accent. It seems to be mellowing out these days. My mate went to Liverpool uni years ago, and it's changed since then. It was weird back then. I think it was about 20 years ago. I'll never forget. Half the roofs had holes in, and we went in this. I didn't. No, I might have actually did. I wasn't teetotal back then. We went in this off licence, and they had bulletproof glass, and I thought, oh Christ, it's changed since then. I mean, it used to be all tracksuits and stuff. You don't even see them now. The first thing you'd ever see is everyone in tracksuits. In fact, I think that's why I quit drinking, because we stayed at his flat and we all bought a bottle of wine, and I just drank this bottle of red wine, and I don't think I had a real experience drinking. Everything went double. Everything. I just blew off my head. I walked out into the hallway, hadn't a clue where I was, and then puked up everywhere. Although I must admit, next day I woke up about 5 o'clock feeling fresh, while they were knackered. So much for the party. I'll never forget how sick I was that day. I didn't realise it was that strong. Just drank the whole bottle down. I thought it was like flavoured water. God. I mean, literally, I think I drank it, and within about a minute, everything went double. And I said, I've just got to go outside a minute, because I felt a bit sickly then. And I walked out in this flat, and then went downstairs for fresh air, and then realised I couldn't even... Oh, hang on. Here we go. Are they finished? Oh, has he pleaded not guilty? Yeah, they play that game. You think it'd be just... I mean, what's he going to get?
Hey, Patrick!
Oops.
That's up there, look.
What? Oh, is it? You've got better eyesight than me. So when's the trial? That'll
8th
be...
of September.
Yeah, it's basically a year away, isn't it? I think that's what they play on. The fact it's... they're never coming around. Milo came out.
Yeah,
He looked like he was homeless. So they're coming out now. I suppose if you hadn't had your Kennedy, you'd be out quicker, wouldn't you?
yeah. Packed in that van.
Oh, how come you come out the side?
Packed in this van.
Oh, is it already? Where? I can't believe you can see him. They always play these games, don't they? It'd be just a caution, I bet, but... Is there many in there?
Yeah, Ultimate. Sahima, whatever it is. Sima.
Sounds like they're coming out, folks. Ooh, after all that time.
The prosecutor said that she messed up, but his legal corrected the mistake.
What's it that they are using?
Yeah, it's obviously the video. One of them were in court.
One of them's the one that went to Scotland.
The one that I'm not allowed to fuck, well, the one that's in my case. Yeah, the one that was sat in front of us.
Oh, it's exciting, folks. I'll be all over in a second. This was a waste of my time, but still. Unless they come.
Yeah, I know she's on my bed sheet. I disagree. I think they are. Yeah. So my understanding is it only applies to trial. I'm not sure.
I won't point at the courts and so. Oh, sorry. Are you getting off then?
No.
Oh, it's Scruffy Gate. Look at that.
See you later. Say bye to the Zios.
That's Scruffy individual. I'll buy you. Remind me, I'll buy you a razor blade.
I'll buy you some fucking trousers and some new shoes.
You're the camera, your shoes.
They're actually new. That's what's annoying. They haven't lasted.
Yeah, they're new.
I've only had them a month. Yeah, they look disgusting, don't
They're
they?
new shoes.
Yeah, I've only had them a month.
From
Yeah.
homeless guy bought them.
No, my other trainers lasted about a year. And they were only cheap. I'm a bit annoyed actually, but are you going? I'm gonna say. Right. That's a professional there. If you want to see professional photography, that's it. What? I'm saying that's a professional photographer.
Sometimes I wonder.
So, are you into football?
Yeah.
I didn't even know anything about
I'm a
it.
Leeds fan.
Oh, I'm
I don't
just
get to
bothered.
watch it anymore because I'm usually at a bloody protest.
I just
Your
can't.
little floppy couch.
That one. Yeah, it's for the glasses. Oh, God. It's been raining.
Has it?
Yeah.
I've been watching your live stream.
I've been getting wet and cold, but I've got sore feet now. Oh. I don't know what we're supposed to be looking at.
That's how they happen, mate. I should have known they'd have come out of there, shouldn't I? Should have known.
I don't even know who it is. Do you know who it is? I don't even know what I'm looking at, really. How is it? Well, it makes...
Do it out of that
Well, that was a waste of time, wasn't it?
YouTubers.
YouTubers. I know, I know.
That was very exciting, wasn't it? We've waited all this time. Oh dear. So have we waited all that time and not got anything?
What, you?
I don't know, I've just been chatting rubbish for an hour or so. Is that it? So I turn it off?
That's it, wait, that way, here's gone.
Hold on it. Come out all masked up and that ran off.
Right, guys, so there's no one in the park today. About a minute. So guys, it was a little bit of a long one in there. The court got adjourned to 2:30 and then, but we've just come out now and it's like nearly 4:10. Albert attended court. He pleaded not guilty. The trial is set for the 8th of September. Not really much to it. He's called 2 witnesses. One being Uzma Bashir or whatever her name is, the same woman who was involved in my case. Funny enough, the same woman I've come into court this morning. In fact, I filmed her at the start of this video. We've gone into court and she's phoned police and tried complaining about me being at court. People are stupid out there, man. How many times do they have to be told that I'm allowed to attend these events? Muppet. Anyhow, guys, so that's really it. There's not really a lot else to say. You know, also somewhat of a conflict of interest as well has the solicitor, Simon Pook. I'd like to call him Puke because he's a bit putrid, but you know, anyway. But Simon Pook is the solicitor who made the false accusations against Leeds and Yorkshire, saying he threatened to kill a big shot. And they said he made a mistake and in fact it was me. We find that to be not okay. Anyhow, no what else to really say. Guys, been a long day sitting around waiting for a 5-minute course. And then obviously the sneak out and psycho anyway, it is what it is, guys. Yeah, I've got nothing else to say. Until the next one, as always, stay safe, peace and respect.
Did you say it's called Albert?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'd be embarrassed for that. You'd change your name, wouldn't you?
Albert Non's on, there's some weird shit.
I'll end it. Hang on, 3, 2, 1.
I don't know.